In this installment of the skimboarding series, I have another location for you. This one is one of my, I will call it my local spot, even though it is sort of 45 minutes to an hour from home, but it is out on the coast here from the Bay of Islands. It is, of course, Elliots Bay. Now, the location of this is quite, I wouldn't say difficult to get to, but it's certainly not on the main road. You either have to head east of the Bay of Islands, catch the ferry, the Russell ferry, and head over that way and keep driving out Rafidi, Elliots Bay way. Elliots Bay is not really well signposted, so it is worth looking at and trying to find this spot before you go. It is very easy to find once you're out there, but it's not like it's not going to be signposted everywhere. I don't even think it pops up a lot of searches for it online as well. It probably does, I don't really search it that much. But anyway, Elliots Bay, there is 3 or so beaches there, I'm probably going to say. Firstly, it is a private car park. You're parking on private land, and they ask for $2 for the right to access across their land and park your car there. So of course, take your $2, put it in the tin by the gate there, and go along up Elliots. Now, the biggest thing here with Elliots is you want a flatter swell. I consider Elliots Bay a real swell magnet when it's smaller. If you're going there on a moderate, like a metre swell or bigger or anything like that, I personally wouldn't bother for skim. I would kind of write it off and just say it's too big, because it doesn't hold a big swell and it is a magnet for small ones. When you get there, when you get to the car park, you will see the main beach and you'll think that's the beach that you're skimming. Whilst you can skim that beach, and I have skimmed it before, it is not the best beach. You head north, you walk up, you'll see the grass, people walk through a grassy trail up and over the hill, and this is where the real playground of skimboarding starts there. Once again, you want to favour. So what you're looking for in a forecast, you're looking for a flattish swell, like a 0.3 or a 0.4, like something quite small. Of course, you want your offshore winds and you want a high tide. I would put a lot of your energy and timing of your skim session there into that mid to high tide, like most of our wave skim spots. That's when you want to go. I wouldn't bother going at low tide for wave skim, because I've never seen it work there on those sorts of conditions. And of course, head up over the grassy track, and then basically once you get down there, you've got multiple skim spots. I'm not going to say where you're going to find yourself skimming, because pretty much from there you'll find yourself skimming anywhere. There is a tiny little cove that you will come into as soon as you get up over that hill. We recently skimmed that and it had a bit of a cider going, which I've seen hints of it before, but it hasn't really done it. This was the best it was doing it. And of course, further up that beach, that next beach is actually my favourite spot to skim, where you'll find just nice shore break. I'm putting a lot of emphasis here on it obviously not being big. You'll never hold a big swell at Elliots, but you'll usually get a fun swell, and there will usually be skim on quite good wave skim at any part of that beach. It is my go-to spot when it's offshore and the east coast is pretty flat. I find it a fantastic little spot, bit of a magnet for swell, as I've already touched on. Beautiful clear water, usually no one around, and just one of the better beach experiences I think you will get anywhere. As I mentioned, location wise, there's a little bit of accommodation if you want to look into the campgrounds and things like that around there, but I mean, for me, I just drive out there for the day and come back. Exceptional skim. I rate this place as pretty high up on my wave skim ladder. Great location on those flatter swells. That is probably the biggest thing there. Is if it is looking fairly flat, I myself skim here a bit at Paihia and Waitangi. If it's dead flat in here, then I will head out to Elliots and know it's going to be pretty good. Things I'm looking for is around that 0.3, 0.4, a little east swell, a little hint of things that basically mean there's going to be no surf, but there's going to be quite good skim. Have managed to film a bit there in the past. That is Elliots Bay. For those of you out there who want any more information on really anything skimboarding related in New Zealand, feel free to email me. All my contact details are down below. Feel free to drop a question or suggestion down below in the comment box. Subscribe to this channel to be kept up to date. All of my skimboarding product is at oxskimboards.co.nz, which is pretty easy to find via the description box below. I'll keep featuring spots here on this channel. I am Sam Price. I'll see you at the beach.